Reporting. I'm Stacy Scheibel.
I'm Keith Kay. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to start with some breaking news because right now firefighters in Polk County are battling a brush fire near homes in Indian Lake Estates. You are looking live through the window of Eagle 8 HD. Our pilot is up there along with our reporter Paul Lamison on board. And Paul, you're still a ways out, but we can see a lot of smoke. I'm getting word that the folks in the Indian Lake Estates subdivision are being told to get out. It's a mandatory evacuation, and several structures are on fire. So as you get closer, you're starting to experience some of that from the air.
Yeah, Keith, we could see this fire from Lakeland. We had to get more fuel at Lakeland Regional Airport. When we took up, we could see the smoke. Now we're in Lake Wales. We're actually east of Lake Wales, and we are beginning to see just how massive this fire is. This is the same area that's burnt a couple of times this year, except it's a little bit further north. I'm going to pan out wide and show you where the fire is. The fires from before were down to the right of the screen. This one's in a little bit different area, so it's a little bit different, and it hasn't burned before, so all the fuel on the ground is ready to burn. So there is a mandatory evacuation. As you said, we're going to get as close as we can because this becomes into the Avon Park bombing range active airspace. So we have to make sure everything's clear before we can get up closer. But we will try to get as close as we can and bring you back some pictures as we get in there. But again, you can see how big this plume of smoke is. This is a big fire. This is one of the bigger ones we've been to yet this year.
Well, Paul,
we'll check back in with you in a little bit.
Well, let's just hang with you just a second here. Paul, as you get a little closer, are you moving towards the, how far out are you right now? Are you in hover mode, or are you still moving towards it?
We're moving. I'm going to pull out as wide as the camera goes. This is as wide as it goes. It's probably about a mile maybe to the first side of the lake. Then we have to get over the lake and to the other side. So I can zoom in pretty far and we can get in, but we just can't see flame yet. We can see smoke in the trees, and the worst of it is in this area where we can't see anything. That's where the black smoke
That's the pitch black area. And is that Indian Lake Estates?
We can't get there yet.
Is that the Indian Lake Estates subdivision you see behind all of that smoke? Because this is where they're saying several structures are on fire, so this may be more than a brush fire we're talking about. This is beyond that.
Yeah, this is a very big fire, and this is in the Indian Lake Estates. The street address we got is Red Grange Road. So that's where we are, and right now we're going to hold on this side of the lake until we can get cleared into their airspace, because this is an active bombing site for Avon Park for training for MacDill Air Force Base. So we're on the phone now and on the radio trying to get in closer.
Okay.
But right now you can see how big this fire is. Here's perspective. Here's a water tower. And you know how tall water towers are.
Mm-hmm.
That's the water tower of Indian Lake Estates. Now I'm going to pull out wide and look how tall these flame or the smoke plume from this fire is. So you get a pretty good idea how tall it is.
It's one we're going to continue to watch. So we're going to come back to you here shortly. Paul, we'll let you finish your phone calls and get clearance to move in. We also have a crew on the way to the scene on the ground. They're staging there at a restaurant just outside that subdivision. So hang on. We'll get right back to you, Paul.